Man, for me, how I want to look at this idea, the lessons as a country we can learn from this. Number one, everybody agrees, and I think 2 years ago, Ekosi saying awards, best performing CEOs, Director General, the Ghana Tourism Authority guy,
Kwesi
Agyemang, good. It was that time, Nana. Ya birthed this whole idea of beyond the return and initially year of return and a later be beyond the return. And I think if Ghanaians will remember this administration for one thing, this policy, and it goes to prove what one policy can do to the fortunes of a country. And one such policy, ASR year of return policy way, it's been a huge success over the last 5 years. The unfortunate thing, and like it has always been happening with this administration, the lack of discretion to properly gauge the mood of the Ghanaian people. They get it wrong. Gauging the mood of the Ghanaian people and taking decisions to conform with the mood of the Ghanaian people. They seem to get it wrong every now and then. Classic example, Sadiwe. Oman, I think number one, for a country like Ghana, when you decide to open up your country, say people in the diaspora, emrefia, the least you can do is to enforce standards and protocols. Because you cannot have a whole presidency. You need protocols in visiting the presidency. Make I say, Jimmy Carter and any team entourage Ghana some time ago. No person moko tun for her. Oman na omunyina share t-shirt white. They were sacked. This is the king of the Ashanti. They were sacked. Say, dressing no any appropriate. I think, the least that should happen, and say, to visit the presidency of Ghana. Ubetimia presidency because offices be they are fine. You can go in your normal Lacoste new t-shirt near the be office. But if you are visiting the presidency to go and meet the first gentleman of the land, you cannot go in any dressing. It doesn't happen anywhere in the world. It won't mean t-shirt and PE pant. It should not happen. And I think if there is a lesson from this, we should enforce strict protocols around the president.
How do we
it starts with dress.
They only enforce it with us. Me. I was sending an invitation to Ubi on appointment.
Yes.
I was in black jeans and slippers.
Yes.
Unim said that I was not allowed.
Sure.
Unim said I was not allowed.
And I'm making it should not cut just the citizens, but obia or babia once there are established protocols. Say but president the least a nice iron shirt what tack in as you shoe. Then and that's what's your nice African wear. There is a reason why you cannot dress anyhow to parliament. How much more the seat of our nation's presidency. In the end, you're number one. So protocol, and let me also add, say Oman, sometimes a common sense. Because a man for nam nkofo so yesi ahoma nam dua so no hunu soro iri nkofo enam nkofo so na be hu omampanyin ebia wo plug bi wo presidency ube use no na de ko president ube so ko chief of staff unimobi common sense oman say me ye adwuma multimedia o frame say opese wo hia kwesi twum intimenya arrangement ma on ko hia kwesi twum multimedia ye ni protocols be around dressing to come and meet the CEO. You understand? Yeah. But some friends hope so share kwesi twum. Na se me ka se bra, ma fix date ama say yenko. Na wo ba, na me hu say wo she PE pant any t-shirt. Me mfa wo nko kwesi twum.
Na me ka kwesi twum.
Yes. Me mfa wo nko kwesi twum ho. Even though there are no protocols relative to dressing in the multimedia, how much more the president? It is me close to the president. Na enna mesunti obi person oba be hu president. Common sense should tell me say Openyi atare we ye hye no say one change ya memfa wo president
we take
things for granted.
That's my point.
And I think it comes back to that point. The taking things for granted from the protocol team to national security, and I'm now beginning to agree with James Kwabena Bonfe. It seems the national security establishment in our country, it's gone to sleep. It's gone to sleep. It's not proper.
No,
because at the way, so was serious national security. This video will not even come out to start with.
No,
and Sani Ama Brantin ko pulling it down.
We for chief of staff office and for call. For chief of staff.
Chief of staff, national security, everybody. Because no, it's a national security installation.
No, I mean, say, if we don't take things for granted in this country, when Parliament started sitting here ending, no, now you work up, no. Be different the budget, no.
Yeah.
And the minority for an budget.
Sure.
Parliament be better.
Sure.
FM.
Sure.
94.7.
Sure. I think going forward, no, the chief of staff's office, the national security should be up and doing. I don't have a problem, say, and the infant say a baby grammar, or man, so my baby grammar. A baby grammar, a fa Ghana, a fa moving Pan-Africanism. Now a baby grammar also a video be. Now also mukocha the frontage of Jubilee House. Eddie says our video name the message any adena. I don't have a problem. No. I think say really the guy getting in there to take a video of the frontage any adeno in principle and shada bad. And what he's using that footage for. But so nyomna. And you man that see how these shows are videos no. The F word just in some and you cannot use the seat of the nation's presidency for a thing like this. It is Ankoba and I hear something about Pan-Africanism. So I call the or rap be or about Pan-Africanism, solid rap. Bibi Sano, that's a who shoot video. Maybe I want permission. And mind you, say with the right security clearance, no. You can take some videos from some security installations and but with the right clearance, that's how we shoot video nimpo. And the be a message near solid to sell Ghana well. Anyway, into way there it's a complete no. And I'm surprised up until now there is no official statement from the Jubilee House. It is not proper. No, there should at least be a statement.
That's how this government.
If it's about apologize, apologize to the Ghanaian people. I don't understand.
Now we are talking
a video in a Jackson. How? It's just not proper. It's just not proper. It's just not proper. Into way no.
Now same way you know sometimes some political decisions from the presidency are quite worrying. We are say time a kwabna don resign na Jinapo I don't know any substantive. Nekofa said Tekpe as finance minister.
Yeah.
You see, when you make those comparisons, those decisions are not politically wise. One of the ministers, our latter part of the year, and collapse Ghana, collapse NPP party near Keno Furiata. So absolutely in principle, there's absolutely nothing wrong to make him a caretaker minister for that sensitive ministry.
Yeah.
But Obi, edu baby, but for a reason.
Yeah. And they are
but for
gauging the mood of the people.
But for
gauging the mood, that is what this government has been deficient in. Gauging the mood of the people to take decisions based on the mood. Because if you fail to gauge the mood right, that's where you take some of these decisions. Because I've argued elsewhere, once you want and let's establish this, Oman, be a deputy minister. That person cannot act as a substantive minister. It doesn't happen.
Bringing the Jinapo factor, right? Sure, it doesn't happen.
Sure. In say this whole thing, say Adena substantive minister now is a deputy actor. It cannot happen. No, it can't happen. The fact is, Yamomu instrument of authority. You were sworn in as a deputy minister. You cannot go and stand before Parliament.
You have to go through that process. You have to go through the process.
Absolutely. Let's agree. Having agreed on that principle now. So one person who is substantive and as a substantive minister be resign. Who do you pick to go and act? And then the question, no, do you pick the finance minister issues on a normal day, or man? On a normal day, yes, the finance minister, because trade and industry, everything about very them, money finance. No, energy, finance. On a normal day, no, the finance minister should be the person acting. But we are not in normal times. And if you gauge the mood right, you will not make such decisions. And I think that is where the president should step up a bit in understanding and appreciating the mood of the Ghanaian people. They seem to get that bit wrong. And that is where the role of the chief of staff is critical. I would support you on the point you make. The role of the chief of staff is critical. Very, very critical. The chief of staff's role is extremely critical.
Now, ministers, new director generals, new OMCs, new DCs, new presidency, it's now too much. It's too much.